Why are they still charging $100, $150 or whatever it is to apply to live in a house or rent an apartment or whatever? I was just having this conversation with someone and it really hit me. I'm like, why? Where does that money go? You do not pay people who file your paperwork that much money. And just about everything is digital too. So what are you filing?
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of The Red Pill. The cost of living at this point is simply unbearable. From unaffordable rent prices to stagnant wages, many people are struggling to survive. Watch the video and let me know what you think in the comment section.
Why are they still charging $100, $150 or whatever it is to apply to live in a house or rent an apartment or whatever? I was just having this conversation with someone and it really hit me. I'm like, why? Where does that money go? You do not pay people who file your paperwork that much money. And just about everything is digital too. So what are you filing? Where does this money go? And then instead of having it where, like, if I say, hey, my credit isn't the best or something, do you think you can still approve me? They will not say most of the time yes or no. They'll say, well, your best option is just to put in an app. I know it's going to cost some money, but it's the best way we can help you. They grab the bag of money and run the fuck off with it and leave you declined with less money. Some people are on their last leg trying to apply for apartments, trying to get a roof over their head. And what do these places do? They take that last bit of money and tell you, well, there's nothing we can do for you. It is 2025, bro. There is no reason with everything online that you should be taking money from people just to rent a fucking place.
If I pay my rent on time every single month for 12 months, and at the end of that 12 months, you give me a renewal, and now I'm paying more rent for the next year, why are you punishing me for paying my rent on time? Why are you punishing me for being loyal to this place? One of the things I never really understood about business, especially the rental market, I feel like finding people who can pay consistently, especially in this economy, is difficult. So if you find somebody that is doing that consistently and giving you no issues, why would you want to push them out by potentially raising their rent $100 a month? Now, if they leave, now you're losing about $20K depending on what your rent is. Some of these places are doing business backwards. And the worst part is, it's not even like they're increasing the amenities you get with the place. They're not giving you anything new. It's the same stuff. It's the same exact product. It's the same weak-ass gym with 2 Stairmasters and a treadmill. It's the same shit.
At this point, we all know how insane it is to rent and live in New York City, but I just received an email from a realtor that actually blew my mind. My boyfriend and I just found out we have to move because they're selling our unit. So obviously, as one does, I've been looking on Street Easy. And I came across this little, emphasis on little, studio loft, okay? It is not in a luxury building. It is literally a walk-up in downtown Manhattan. 0 amenities, okay? And remember, this is not a 1-bedroom. It is a loft, and loft is generous, okay? It has a crawl space that you can sleep in. That's what it is. Anyways, it was listed for $3,000, which unfortunately is kind of on par for the market here in New York. And it was not listed as a no-fee apartment, so mind you, when I reached out, I knew it was probably gonna have a broker's fee. But I was not prepared for all of the other fees that came along with this fucking apartment. I literally wrote them all down because I was so fucking flabbergasted. Like I said, I did have the standard 15% broker's fee, which fucking fingers crossed will not be the case in like 6 months. But anyways, 15% broker's fee was $5,400, okay? On top of that, this is where it gets crazy. Each person, so my boyfriend and I, would both have to pay a $450 application fee. I don't know about you, I have never paid more than max $100 for an application fee. And then on top of that, if you need a guarantor, which thankfully we wouldn't, we're not applying for this place, but if we did and we needed a guarantor, that's also an extra $350. On top of that, we would also each have to pay $100 for a credit and a background check because apparently that isn't covered in the $450 application fee. And then on top of that, there was also a $250 processing fee each. That is literally, between my boyfriend and I, $1,500 just to apply. And then on top of all that, if you actually got through that whole fucking process and got the chance to actually move into the unit, they charge a $600 moving fee and only $300 of it is refundable. That's the only thing that's refundable, mind you. All the other fees, you're not getting any of that money back, okay? But if you move in, $600, even if you don't make a single scratch on the wall, you're only getting half of that money back. Like, what? That would mean to get into this $3,000 studio loft, to get into this apartment, you would have to hand the broker, the second you walk into this unit, almost $8,000. And I feel like in New York, we've all kind of become numb to the absurdity of all this. but it's not right. It's literally not okay.
I remember when apartments used to give like incentives for renewing your lease. I remember my apartment, I stayed there for like almost 4 years, and every year I got something, and I got to choose. So like I got a ceiling fan, and I got an accent wall painted, I had got my carpets cleaned. They don't offer anything for renewing your lease now, but an increase in rent.
And another thing, why are you checking my credit when I'm trying to get an apartment? I already gave you my pay stubs for 3 months. I got the money. I ain't trying to borrow no money from you. I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm trying to watch TV. Like, why you all in my pockets? What you pocket watching me for? Just to approve me. You talk about, depending on your credit, we gonna add an extra deposit. Ah, fuck that.
I paid $2,000 a month for a 1-bedroom, 750 square foot apartment, and I posted an apartment tour a couple days ago, and I am floored by the amount of comments saying that that is a good deal and I should be really happy about that. No. In what world is $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year for a 750 square foot apartment ever a good deal? I don't understand that. That just proves that we are living in a dystopian world where rent prices are insanely out of control. In what world would 750 square feet be $2,000 a month? I have absolutely no idea. That is just not okay. That is 1 month's pay for me. That is my whole entire monthly paycheck for rent. Luckily, I don't have to pay it by myself, because how in the world is somebody supposed to ever live on their own anymore when you have to make 3 times the rent, and rent is insanely expensive? Nobody can afford that. Nobody can get approved for that. For my little tiny crappy apartment, you'd have to make $72,000 a year to be approved on your own without a cosigner or a roommate or anybody else. How is that ever supposed to happen? It's not. So no, it's not a good deal. I will never think that that is a good deal.
My rent was $1,700 a month for a 1-bedroom. And then I got a notice that it was going up to $2,200. So I said, peace, see ya, I'm not doing this. And then I get a call that's like, oh, was that price the problem? Like, we can fix that. And I'm like, were you playing chicken with my rent? Why would you? Peace, done.
Historically, it's always been really easy to go find a place. You want to move, you move. Now I'm in July and I still sleeping at friends' places a couple times in my car. Honestly, right now I want to cry about it because it's soul-sucking. It feels like I didn't do enough to support myself. My child's not living with me, my pet's not living with me, and I'm in my Fiat going to sleep. My community has been really supportive, but I don't want to impose on them. I've been independent my whole life. It feels uncomfortable for me to ask for help in the first place. It's inhumane. Housing really is a human right, and there's a lot of hardworking people in BC that deserve to be housed. I understand people, and I appreciate that people want to invest and make money off of it, but I think housing should be a priority first, more than investment should. I work in community providing supports for people who are homeless and need other types of supports within society. It is ironic because I'm someone who helps people find housing and I don't have housing myself. I'm not the only one in this situation. The more I talk about it, the more I have people in my own circles that know of other people who are going through pretty much similar situations as myself.
Yo, let me know what you think in the comment. Like, share, subscribe, and see you in the next one.